following contains vulgar language and triggering content. It is intended for a mature audience. Let me say that again. It is intended for a mature audience. Everyone else can go fuck themselves. So honk your nose, clowns from far and wide, because we're bunkering down with your hosts, Sarge Mayhem and Cable. So sit back, relax, give us a squeeze, and enjoy the show.
You don't like pen strokes?
Pen strokes.
Yeah, that's pen strokes.
You see, pen strokes
Pen strokes.
is when you stroke the pen.
Pen strokes.
And why would you do such a thing? Because you have a pen. Because it's pen check.
It's pen check.
So you have to have a pen. And
Pen
you
check?
have to stroke them. Because you're grateful that you're not one of the 85% that's going to die today. So,
Stroke your pen.
stroke your pen and survive. Live on. Long live. Long
The
live.
pen
yes,
check.
the pen check. Ah, goddamn. This is new stuff that we're going to be playing with, so never mind that. That didn't
Yeah.
happen. By the way, I'm Sarge Mayhem.
Cable.
And we are in a different bunker. Same background, different bunker. We are at Camp Cable.
Yeah.
Testing it out. We're going to see. We're going to deal with a little bit less shit in here than we do out there. It was a good run, 3 years.
Yeah, three years in the old bunker.
Yeah.
But hopefully we'll get a little better audio out of this, and
Yeah.
we will get the lighting fixed. And
Yeah.
we might even come at you in color. Probably not.
What do you think? Is 1980, man? We're still back in the day.
Fucking UHF.
We haven't advanced that far yet. God damn.
Every channel.
So we're trying to see if a buddy, we had somebody that reached out and wanted to join us. So
Oh yeah. So we're trying something new, and
yeah.
see what you guys think.
So I'm gonna go ahead and see if he's good, or maybe we'll just start figuring it out. You know what? While we're trying to figure it out, one of the things he brought up was Trump getting indicted.
Yeah,
Again?
Yeah. Well, he's been
For what?
impeached twice, and it's just absolutely every little thing's gonna. This man, he's not gonna be a multi-billionaire or millionaire after all this.
But
He's gotta have some good lawyers. His lawyers will be.
what did he get indicted for? That's
This one has a lot to do with the Mar-a-Lago, and when like he left the White House, he took all the confidential files with him,
oh yeah, okay.
and they were like stored in like a banquet hall and a bathroom, and and his Mar-a-Lago estate.
No, I might be wrong on this, but I thought that like he had it in a specific room, because the like Secret Service or something had been like, hey, you need to upgrade these locks because this shit's in there.
Okay.
So
No, what I was reading just said it was in like a ballroom, a dining hall, something like that. We got to figure this shit could probably sit in the corner of this man's office.
yeah,
But how much was it? You think a dining hall at Mar-a-Lago?
and
Hell, a bathroom at Mar-a-Lago would be bigger than the room we're in now.
I guess my main thing is
It's a good sized room.
even if this happened and this shit was there, like, my thing is, if you're gonna go after somebody, you gotta go after everybody.
Oh yeah.
You can't just do one person when multiple other people have done this
Right.
and nobody ever went after them.
Right.
Like, if you're gonna, that's what you don't realize
The confidential email server that everybody wanted to forget about.
is, are you opening this shit up so then now all these other people can now be charged? Because
That's the only way to do it the right way. But that's not the way that it's going to work.
so it's like, huh. And at the end, it's like, at this point, it's a waste of fucking time. We already knew they had it, whatever. Hopefully
Right.
we got it back. Whatever damage is done is damage is done. I can't do anything about that shit now. Worst
Right.
come to worst, but at the same time, same with that. If you're gonna go after him, you gotta,
You got to go after everybody that
You
was
gotta go
involved.
after
Yes,
everyone else.
absolutely.
like, sorry.
Because I don't care who the president. It's the same thing. It comes in. that where you have a higher up. If you're following that hierarchy, and even everybody knowing that the order is wrong and they shouldn't do it goes, okay.
Yeah.
So instead of it falling on the last guy that actually did, the guy that actually took it and placed it, oh man, he shouldn't have done that. No, everybody, because somebody told him to do that.
Well, it's literally like the definition of a hypocrite. You're saying,
Yes.
"Oh, that's wrong that you're doing that while I'm doing that."
Yes. I mean, she didn't keep hard files though. She kept emails.
Yeah, but the FBI even said that there's a very good likelihood that it had been penetrated and gone through.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Confidential server.
no more. I mean, I'm not saying that it's any less dangerous than what Donald Trump did.
Oh no, I think it's either way. It's a
And then you had
grievous misuse of fucking power.
Then you had fucking Biden doing this shit next to his Corvette in a garage that is, I don't know if it's true, but supposedly his son was staying in the garage too. I'm like, yeah, that's the last motherfucker that needs that information.
Oh yeah.
Like that dude.
Shit hotter than Hunter Biden crack pipe, man.
Dude. That was given out for free by the U.S. government. Imagine that.
Yeah. He went and got that new clean crack pipe that they're handing out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing it at the same time. That's weird.
Go get the shoot up kit that comes with a clean tourniquet, clean needles.
Medic on standby when
Welcome
you
to
fucking
California.
overdose. And then
Get
you
your Narcan ready. It's like, okay, this is a safe place to inject your drugs.
Yeah, it's a safe place to die and come back.
Fucker, go die in the fucking alley like the last 20. Just sweep them up.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically like a hospital.
I know.
They die and come back.
That's a horrible thing to say. Why would you let drug users overdose? Drastically reduce the number of drug users.
Yeah, it's hard for them to overdose a second time.
Yes. Unless there's somebody there with Narcan and what have you.
Or...
But it could be somebody you love.
Modern medicine, whatever.
Yeah.
Somehow, Jumpstart didn't die. Okay. Well,
Yeah. So let me go do it again. Fuckers don't learn.
no. Because they're addicted to drugs.
Yes.
The drugs, no matter how logical it is, the need for that drug is way more of a priority than any logic that could be thought of.
Yeah.
That's why they do irrational shit.
Yes.
Because the logic has been worn so far down that it's not even used anymore. It's just drug. Give me drug.
No, the only logic is that next high, I'm going to get high.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about somebody's fucking cousin ODing that went to a party and tried it for the first time.
No, that's a little different. It's still unfortunate.
The fucking junkies that are the thieves, the buffers that are homeless out there fucking doing it because they're high.
Yeah. Well, they're homeless because
somebody loves them. I understand somebody fucking loves them.
Yeah.
But we shouldn't be spending so much fucking tax money and shit to keep bringing them back to do it again. That's all I'm saying.
No,
just like the abortion card.
Well, yeah,
Wait, did we
you don't
punch
need
his
a check
card?
No,
that
punch
motherfucker
card.
punched his own card, bro. We're good.
No, we're not. No, we're not doing that punch card shit.
No punch card for overdoses?
No.
Okay.
So, my thing is, I'd rather spend the money that we spend in Narcan and shit like that from generally adults making these decisions. What about like the kids and stuff that don't do drugs and they're on diabetes and they can't pay for insulin? Why not push the money towards that?
Right.
These people are they know what can possibly happen. They're into these drugs. They've seen it. They're in that world. They're taking that risk. These kids and other people that have not doing anything wrong or whatever, they just can't afford it and they have to compromise and there's all kinds of like, dude, they didn't do anything wrong. They're not taking any risk. The only risk they're taking is not being able to afford their insulin.
Right.
So why don't we make it where they don't have to risk that?
Oh.
Yep. No.
No?
It's Pat.
Oh,
I don't know. Well, let's see.
Dory got.
Dory.
Hey, buddy, what's up?
podcast. What's up, man? You're on the podcast.
Oh, I am.
You are.
Yeah.
All right, well, why don't you... It's okay. Call me back when you're done, all right? I have a favor to ask of you.
Is it one of those favors because of the month it is favors?
Is it butt
No,
stuff?
no, not one of those. More like, can you watch the cats for, like, stop over, give them morning food, and just kind of...
Oh yeah, it is butt stuff.
Yeah, it sounds like.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
butt
it's
stuff.
like a Kate cat thing. Yeah, well, I'm going away on vacation. My brother's going, family thing, and I just need somebody to stop by the house, put some wet food in the cat's thing, make sure their kitty box is empty, that sort of thing. Just for 4 days.
Kill the cat?
Yeah, eat the cat too.
No.
I'm bringing my dog over.
Jim was going to help me.
Okay, great. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Finish your podcast, right?
Yeah, I'll call you later, man.
All right, dude. Later. Bye.
All right, so what a way to jump on, and then we got our next guest right there.
There we go.
Oh, there he is. Look at this gentleman, this fella.
About us feeling fancy, we get to roll into the next
Evening.
guest.
All right, everybody. This is Sackmaster, or whatever the hell he wants to be called.
I'll come up with something later.
All right. Well, what would you like to have us refer to you as? So,
And can I think of a super awesome persona or alter ego?
Oh yeah, as soon as you do though,
Yeah.
change that thing.
yeah.
You still got your name up there.
Yeah, you still got it. My shit's blocking it, but it's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, here for you, buddy. Here for you.
I tried to log into the other one, but I didn't remember the password, so.
The one you created 10 minutes ago.
Exactly.
Clown it. So, what exactly was? Can you hear us all right, both of us?
I can hear you guys fine.
All right. There goes that goddamn glitch that we were feeling last time, man.
Yeah.
So, what about Trump's indictment? First of all, what is the indictment? It was over him having top secret shit or something, right? Oh.
Oh, it doesn't matter how it comes up either way. You're not going to see any, I guess, legal recourse other than money changing hands somewhere. Same thing you do with most politicians of this stature whenever it goes in. You know, it's a slap on the wallet and they're sent on their way.
I mean, to me, it's like, regardless if he had some super secret shit or if it was goddamn Barbara Bush's baked bean recipe that
That's
was
who made the
like,
beans.
I don't know what the fuck he had.
That's what Babs was doing.
They
all
were
those
stamping
years.
everything as secret. Like, Jesus Christ. Like,
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah,
all right.
yeah.
First of all, let's find out what the fuck did he have? Was it he had a paper that had some Chinese president's signature on it? He's like, oh, this is cool. You know, this is great. So, be like, all right,
Yeah.
that's a little weird, but all right. Like, I don't particularly go out of my way to get Chinese dictators' fucking signatures to smack on my wall.
That's what it was. He
So-
had Kim Jong-un's signature.
You know, it's
Yeah.
what are we talking about? Because like,
So they're pen pals now.
you also had multiple people in the government do this. Mike Pence had it. Fucking Biden had it. Obama had it. Clinton had it. Hillary had it, but it wasn't in that way. She wasn't president and took it home. But there
Right.
was classified information and stuff that wasn't.
She still
passed
damn near
anywhere.
ran this country for a couple of years.
She did, but all I'm saying is like multiple people have had this kind of stuff, and it's really like what, again, if it was somebody's fucking cooking recipe that was classified. I really don't care that they took that. Well, I mean, first of all, as a former military personnel, I see it like the same shit that they would do in our units. They would tell us shit, but that wasn't really what was going on, and that's why we're like, yeah, I don't believe this shit. Like that's why in the military there's a common saying of, I don't believe it till I see it. That was because they'd be like, oh, we're gonna go do this at this time. Yeah, I don't believe that shit. No, we're not. No, we're not. So, like, to me, it's kind of the same thing. Like, it's hard for me to believe mainstream media at one point when they've actually proven that they've lied in multiple times. And it's like, why the fuck? I'm not going to go to a crackhead on the corner and have him tell me about politics, because he'd probably feed me some shit and tell me how, we need crack rock for cheaper.
Right.
Like, despite inflation's killing them.
Can't believe this inflation.
Like, man, I can't afford another nickel.
Yeah. No, that was what I was wondering. It's like, how many of these boxes are we talking about? Are we talking about like a semi-trailer, or like what he carried out, like, when you get fired in the movie, you got your little brown box with like your plant sticking out of it. What'd he take?
Mm-hmm. To be fair, Bill Clinton did steal the silverware.
Yeah.
Fucker Clinton
He still
took
got the cigar.
color.
He still
Like,
got
God
the cigar.
damn it. Sorry, buddy. I just had to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my stuff though. Okay.
Oh, we're going to screen share. We're doing new testing here. We might switch back to the other scene. There we go.
Now, of course, I don't necessarily, and I can definitely admit, I don't have the resources or the capability to double or triple verify any of this.
Yeah.
All I can go off of is looking at the things that I've seen and the pictures that they're uploading here. This. Oh, I gotta find the bathroom one. The bathroom one is a good one.
Hopefully it's clean.
That was the bathroom in Lago where they had shit stored.
No, it was a joke. You get it? But it was a clean joke, not a dirty joke. Clean.
Right.
God damn it, fucking please. Fucking hate my life.
Come on now.
All right, so he's also looking up some shit.
Yeah, it's like all laid out on the floor.
That's some nice carpet, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Oh.
it's definitely no. They don't
I got,
skip on
I got the
on all the
bathroom.
before.
I got the bathroom
Yeah.
picture.
Look
Yeah.
at that shit.
Jeez.
Yeah. He's building a fort out of classified information.
Oh yeah, dude. There's definitely. Yeah. If these are all classified documents.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
This is like 2 or 3 pallets
Yeah.
of boxes stacked in a bag.
Yeah,
That bathroom is the size of this room, dude.
Yeah, just
I'm
fucking.
showing you guys
There,
this.
oh wait,
Here you
there
go.
it is.
Yeah, there we go.
There it is.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, you got to look at this. Like, here's a chandelier here.
In the bathroom.
You have like these ridiculously like gaudy monstrosity of a bathroom, and there's just government documents in there. Like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Hey, wait now. In his defense, there was a
What was
shortage
that?
on toilet paper.
Oh, these are just storage units. Yeah. Hey man. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. There's this one, and then there's another one that has. Here you go. This is a grand ballroom.
The ballroom, yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Just on stage.
Yeah.
So we're literally talking about 4 pallets. 4 to 5
Yeah.
pallets
At
of
least,
classified
and-
documents. Hard copy.
So,
All that would have fit onto one flash drive. I'm just saying.
dumbasses.
He could have bungholed that. Nobody would have ever known.
Yeah. Yeah, he could have done the old Snowden.
No.
I
He
mean,
just tucked it into the hair.
I don't get why he would possibly think that this would be okay, other than he's just saying it's mine now. Like, these belong to me. I want to take them. I want to take the souvenir.
Yeah.
And he's definitely been one to have souvenirs. He's had Super Bowl helmets. He's had. I mean, he's done a lot of things and been in public eye for a very long time. So
Mhm.
I get that. But this one doesn't have agents in the field's names on them. It doesn't have what we're doing in Iraq and,
Right.
and how the I
Yeah,
I don't know why he's digging himself a hole like this, and I want to believe that it shouldn't be this easy for MSNBC to be able to pick this up and run with it. It shouldn't
Right.
be that easy for them to just be like, oh, we're going to start this witch hunt just because we don't like him. Like, we used to have to like dig real deep, and I'm okay with admitting that. Like, we'd have to
Yeah.
dig deep to find reasons to dislike Republican politicians. There were the easy ones. There was, they only care about the rich. They only care about cutting taxes to people who make a shit ton of money already anyway. But this is just fucking simple, easy things. Like, why the fuck do you have those boxes?
Yeah, no, that's and I mean, you got to look at it honestly. I mean, I'm not a pro-Trumper by any chance, but this man from get-go was different. Before he was president, he was different as far as
All the Democrats liked him.
ego and shit like that. All the black people liked him too. All the black Democrats. So it was a whole fucking shit
Who
show.
was this? I missed
Donald
it.
Trump, before he even ran,
Okay. Yeah.
all
Yeah.
the Democrats, everybody liked this guy.
Right.
I mean, he had a great appeal. He wasn't a politician. That's
Right.
He wasn't a politician. He was crazy enough to be able to run for president.
Yeah, that's
Right. And he made for president.
And then he won.
And he started talking.
It was like,
Uh,
and that's the thing. Like, it's like the way it's
It's that superstar persona. Superstar persona that he has developed over the years.
known as arrogance.
Yeah, because he's a superstar.
It's like, all right, dude, chill the fuck out.
I mean, and in all regards, it worked out perfectly, and the appeal, the allure to most of the country that could give two shits about politics or about any of the actual issues, it worked out perfectly in his favor, and he got the right amount of appeal from people who didn't need to care too much about what he was actually saying and how any of the things he was actually saying would work.
right.
And he obviously won the nomination by the skin of his teeth, but he did it. I'm not going to argue about.
Fair enough. So did DeSantis.
What's that?
So did DeSantis.
What about DeSantis?
When he won, It was by the skin of his teeth
Oh, yeah,
against Gillum.
yeah,
That was fucking close.
yeah. No, I'll give you that too.
But my thing is with the documents, right? Let's say that we put it on a tier level. You know, like I said, fucking Barbara Bush's baked bean recipe is on a very low tier of any kind of secrecy or confidentiality. Then you have a level one.
The name and address of the people undercover in
Yeah.
other countries.
And their exact, you know, the code to get to their GPS, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
That's top level shit. If we're okay, which I'm not saying we're not, but if we're okay with going after one person, then everyone else that had documents in these tiers as well, even the top ones, should get the same thing.
Okay, yeah, 100%. And if it works out, and you can find them in Joe Biden's office, go for it. Absolutely, 100%. Indict him too. The difference between, at least in my purview, the difference between me and most of the MAGA people out there is if my guy is done something really stupid, and he's trying to say that oh these things are mine, and he's acting like a sociopath about it, indict his ass, and we'll put in. I don't care if Kamala Harris is the president for a while, and we'll get over it.
Right.
I
I'm
don't
just-
see that at all.
I just think that's a big thing with a lot of people in this whole fucking world now is it's like, all right, so you might like one side, I might like another side, or I'm in the middle, so I like some of yours, some of not. And but the thing is like the main thing, if we do it towards one person, you have to do it against everybody. It's only fair. Otherwise, you're just not being reasonable.
Yeah. Now I once again, I'm totally admitting, and it's the cardinal sin of anyone in my position or anyone from a journalistic perspective. I can totally admit that I haven't been able to research how much Joe Biden, what information Joe Biden had at one of his offices, because I think it was at either one of the like not a not like a charter thing, but it was like one of his office buildings when he was actually vice president.
Yeah. So
From way back then when, and he had things, and the not DOJ but the FBI, so they told them, hey, we're missing so and so, you may have them. They went and found them, he gave them back to them, end of story. That is completely different than what Trump did.
no, I understand, but I mean, like, if we're gonna indict him for not giving these documents back, that's one thing. But if we're gonna indict him for just having them, well then,
Okay.
other people need to get indicted too.
Yeah, I get that.
You know, if we went to, because I think so far they said Biden had it in 3 places, the office, like the library or some shit. It was at a place in Chinatown and DC, and then the last one was in the garage by his Corvette. So
Okay.
that's, I mean, he might have had more or whatever, but that's where I'm like, again, if he had fucking handwritten notes between him and Obama, and then I really don't give a fuck about that, dude.
Yeah.
I don't care. But if you also had, you know, mission plans or like top secret tier 1 missions that we ran and how we did it and all that, and you're keeping that information out, now I have a little bit of a problem with that. Like, I don't care who you are, dude, that's how we run shit. Don't be having that shit. If you can't remember it, then you don't get to keep it.
Right.
True. Now I know that it's never going to be easy for any type of media platform to be able to explain the process.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to watch and get as much information on the process of taking documents from while you're in office, which is anything you write down. Every meeting that you ever take has a stenographer taking down minutes.
Yeah.
All of that is saved and profiled and put into archives.
So
Trump was
basically,
the one who flushed those down the toilet, literally, not figuratively, literally flushed them down the toilet. All of the shit that he would write down. So it goes from that to then him taking boxes, which no other president has ever done before, and taking them out with him after after his election. Um,
Well,
I can't help but think that even if it was a witch hunt, he's making it very easy to pin a witch hat on his head. I
that's
don't know.
Well, and that gets the whole thing when you start talking about Trump and the way and the way he's always been. I mean, there was games about Trump, and everybody knew who the hell Donald Trump was way before he became president. And I guess that's why I say that's that persona.
Snoop Dogg hung out with Donald
Right?
Trump.
That's that persona this man has about himself. So,
It's like,
of course, he's going to take whatever he wants. He always has. And the fact that he was president just meant, oh, fuck, I got more shit I can take.
yeah.
But the question is, did they go, hey, you have these documents, we need them back? And Trump went, no,
Yeah.
these are mine. You can't have them.
Yeah, that's literally what he did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
he literally said that, and then he told his lawyers to then say, "I'm not going to give them back to you. I'm going to move them." And then the lawyers moved them, and then they said, "No, we need this, 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 and this." And they said, "Oh, I don't have that," but he did have that, and he told his lawyers. And then now there's an audio or a video recording of him telling somebody, "Oh, here, this is some stuff that we were doing in Iran. This is some
Right.
highly classified shit." While he's at Mar-a-Lago, so who he was talking to, didn't say already. But why he was doing that, I don't fucking know. But he's definitely stirring the witch pot there to make sure that we know that this is some crazy fucked up shit.
Hey.
And Jack Smith is not a crazy idiot who's just trying to go out to get him.
The only thing I will say, man, to this is, again, I don't just jump in like when I'm like, all right, this is too easy. Chances are there's something not right about this.
Yeah.
Just like the whole Russian thing when they ended up coming out and saying, yeah, there was nothing, but we just did that. It was like,
Okay.
well, I mean, I thought it was, but like when I saw shit like somebody that was gonna say something about the Clintons, I'll have to find it, but homie was ruled a suicide after he shot himself twice in the back of the head, and he had close ties to it. I was like,
To the Clintons, yeah. Oh, what I was getting to with Trump, though, bad publicity for this man is still publicity.
yeah,
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I want to say such a, egomaniac about everything, I would say, is that just having his name all in the paper, whether it says, Trump wins or
you're
Trump sued,
hashtagging
it doesn't
Trump
matter.
sucks or Trump this or fuck Trump or whatever. Trump's in there every time you do
dude,
that.
he's got it. He got
So
it all.
it's like, boom.
Yeah, trademarked and everything. Every time someone puts hashtag Trump sucks, he probably makes a penny.
Yeah. And if it was any other situation, if it was any other thing going on besides politics and besides this guy trying to run for president, then it would be brilliant. Like it is a brilliant ploy, and how he did it and how it's gotten to this point where Republicans and his base are able to just see that thing. Like there's a time in our country where this used to be really boring. Like not a lot of people wanted to get on air or get online and talk about it.
Yeah,
right.
It just didn't happen. And when anything went bad, when it was uncovered that you had an affair with a staffer who worked with you, then your career was over.
Right.
This guy just got sued like 3 weeks ago. And he's still leading, and he's still the front runner.
Yeah.
I mean, what about old Bill? Old Billy Bob?
See?
That motherfucker is
Like, I mean,
Yeah.
not too much. Do you know where his presidential library is?
no.
Do
I don't think he does. Have you seen him?
Do you know anything? Would you care about his existence at all anymore if it wasn't for the fact that his wife was Secretary of State and ran for president too?
Probably not.
No.
But you know what? I will tell you this.
He'll always be an icon.
You know who probably does know where that presidential library is? The guy that killed himself by shooting himself twice in the back of the head.
Yeah.
That guy probably
Yeah.
knew, and that's why it happened.
He's also got his receipts from the Epstein Island trip
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
And by all means, I don't think that there's a part of me that's like, Clinton was framed or he was Of course, when it happened, I was like 6 years old or some shit, so I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
But I mean, regardless,
The president's busting nuts.
if it turns out, if it turns out that any of the amount of stupid things that people said about Obama were true, besides the fact that his suit was too tan one time or something,
What the fuck?
besides anything like that, I'd be like, all right, fine, this guy's an asshole. Let's find somebody else who believes in the thing that we actually need him to believe in,
Right.
or her, and let's get them elected.
Or they, them,
them, yeah.
Z's.
I seriously hope our next few presidents are still hims and hers.
Now,
Hail Pride Month.
Yeah.
I do like the fact, because I was thinking that this investigation, as far as it's going already, and the fact that there is an indictment, I thought this wasn't going to be until after this time next year, or we weren't going to hear anything about it.
Right.
And remember, this is only the second of at least 4 things that he's currently being investigated that are actually that can actually fall on him.
What's the
Right.
shit up in New York that's happening?
Which one?
The one that even like I seen a lot, like people on CNN, CNBC, they're really grasping for straws on this one. When the district attorney, the main district or the main state attorney for New York was going after Trump for something. I think it was Stormy Daniels shit.
Yeah, so that's the Stormy Daniels thing. So that's the basically campaign finance fraud, because he used campaign finance money to pay off the lawyer, who then paid off Stormy Daniels, and allegedly another person before that. He didn't have his lawyer do that. He had, I think, National Enquirer or something, the guy who ran that, pay off the first person he had an affair with, who he had to cover up, and then Stormy Daniels was his lawyer, who then got arrested and then got out afterwards. So there's that one, but that one was the first one. This one's the second one, and then the Georgia thing with him trying to call up the
Find me 85,000 votes or some shit.
exactly
Yeah.
to win a state that didn't fucking matter anyway.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, I want to believe that there is a huge conspiracy that we can uncover, because that would be a great story. That would be an awesome, a turn of events. It would be like a real life National Treasure that all happens in front of our eyes and in front of
Just
the world,
unfolds, yeah.
in front of YouTube and Twitter and on all of God's people.
We're doing the Lord's work.
Yeah. Doing the Lord's work here.
Now, because I want to see it, because I want to see a new age person like have the weight of the world against him, and then he becomes victorious somehow, and then we all change our ways to then build a wall and all this other shit.
Oh hell!
Wait, he was
Exactly.
right. Yeah.
But it's not happening. But enough people still believe that it could happen just because he says, and that is fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
The only thing that Hitler really needed after World War I was to be able to convince the people that the press was going to lie to them anyway. Only I can tell you the truth, and then the rest is a horrible history that
Fake news. Yeah.
Exactly. It was literally called Lügenpresse or Lügenpresse, whatever. However you say that in German. I am not German at all.
No. Me either.
And that's what he did. That was his playbook.
Yeah.
And
Worked.
it sure enough did.
As much as
Yeah.
I hate to say it, fucking worked.
It did.
It really did.
That's fucking terrible that it worked.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
what the fuck is going
no.
on?
The question there, it brings us into the next thing, is if Republicans are going to say, you know what, let's go ahead and let the past be the past, and we're not going to charge him with anything. We're not going to say that he's guilty of anything. We'll keep doing that, but then we'll move on from him. Where do you go now?
All right. What do you focus on?
Did you go with the vice president that they were literally trying to hang at the end of the last presidency? Do you go with DeSantis?
Well, I don't think Pence will win. I don't
Oh
think,
God, I would hope Pence would never
either.
win.
I think he's too far.
I don't think he prays hard enough to win.
Well, not only that, but I think he's too far into like the Bible Belt shit.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Like-
If Pence made president, I could honestly see like all of a sudden all this money going to private schools and shit, and to be a push on religion is they're just gonna decimate any laws passed for the LGBT community.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you thought church and state were separate,
Yeah, not anymore.
anymore, buddy.
No,
Yeah.
church and state are gonna be in the same.
You're being.
bed.
It's like a.
Yeah.
To
When
them-
Trump held up the Bible upside down, and he did it on accident because he's a moron, this guy would hold it up and say like, "This is my rock and my key, and
Right.
and you will follow me." Or,
The book will guide me.
exactly.
I was speaking to God the other day.
Yeah.
I could see those. Yeah. I'm like, oh god, here we go.
But I think out of any of them, DeSantis has a chance because he's actually, to me, I don't know your opinion on him, but to me, he's done quite a bit of good stuff with like doing the tax free for baby stuff, young children stuff, doing school choice where the money goes with the child.
Hurricane preparedness just happened last week, I think.
Which one?
Hurricane preparedness,
Yeah.
tax-free stuff.
Yeah.
So
that's
like,
definitely a good
Yeah.
thing.
So now when you run in during the storm and hoard 84 cases of water, you're not paying any taxes on it.
well,
there you go.
now it's wider out, so you don't have to go and do that at one time. It can break it out. So what's your opinions on DeSantis overall? I would say that he's done rather well.
Yeah. Let's see. I can tell you that the things that he's done have been brilliantly aligned with his ability to then run for president. A lot of the other things that he's doing are nightmarishly inopportune to get him much support to be able to beat even Joe Biden. So even if he does get the nomination, he's not going to win. You don't go after the biggest company in the world or the most recognizable company in the world,
Right.
and just have that like be brushed off the shoulder because you're afraid of trainees. Like it doesn't work that way. I'm sorry.
No,
I should say that it didn't used to work that way 6 years ago.
Yes.
Now I have no fucking clue. But I would say that he has at least a good enough mind, and he has a good enough speaking ability to be able to persuade people. His stance on coronavirus and him trying to be a hardliner for it was plainly a ploy to be able to win the base that Trump had, and it worked out pretty brilliantly for him. I think that's the only way he still got elected, was his hardline against certain things that can be viewed as left-leaning or woke or any type
Right.
of liberal ideology. I don't like it. I mean, I don't like that type of politicking. I don't like that type of, it's me against everyone else who possibly has a good idea, because not a lot gets done.
Yeah.
If you're
All of politics for the most part.
if the thing is, if Ron DeSantis was running in another state that wasn't like Florida, that didn't have already have a Republican-led state and Senate, then he wouldn't have been able to say most of the things that he said.
Right. And that's true. But I mean, before DeSantis, it was more purple than anything, because
Florida hasn't.
Gillum almost won. It was more
Right.
purple.
Okay.
When that happened, it was more
It was
purple.
closer than it should have been.
Yes.
Because he was never going to be able to get votes that. He was never going to be able to get more people to stay away from voting. And I'll give it to you with this election. If you want to say it's skewed or it's a little bit different with the outset of mail-in ballots and stuff like that, a lot more people would have voted because of that than probably would have in any other election before that. But can't really say that that's a reason why he won.
Yeah.
But for a state like Florida, you're not going to get much. You're not going to get more Democratic support you're not going to get more Democratic support in the cities where Democrats are supposed to be, supposedly, than you will in all of the other outlying counties. So basically, Miami and Tampa and Orlando isn't going to win you
No.
the state on its own.
No.
Right.
Um,
Because you got that whole panhandle.
exactly.
Yeah.
You got to be able to win some other college towns
Yeah.
and be able to get it a little bit closer. I do think that this last election is going to is going to have had a higher turnout than next year will. I want to say across the board, but I mean, who the hell knows what's going to happen next year? But I do think that there's going to be I don't think there's going to be really a wave of anything happening. I don't think a blue or a red wave, and I don't think Florida is ever going to change the way that Florida is. There's way too many old people about to retire who are always going to vote red. It's going to be pretty easy for them to always do that.
I mean, honestly,
I mean, as soon as they die, they vote blue, though.
Jesus. I see what you did there. Now, I guess
hence the purple.
I understand. I want to see it happen because I want to believe that I can say that this is what happened, and someone can show me, and someone can say, "Oh, it was this dude over here. It was this Democrat who found all the dead people, and he brought in all the votes, or he threw away these other votes."
Right.
And it just hasn't happened yet.
Nah.
Now, is that a conspiracy? Is that one of the conspiracy theories that we can talk about? Sure. But I also
do I think it's impossible that it happened? No, I don't. I think it's very possible, and I think it has been done. Now, can I prove it? It's something different.
I mean, not only would you have to prove it, you also have to prove it and then prove that it changed anything.
Exactly. So
that's where I'm like,
this is getting a little tough here.
Yeah.
Did someone mail in their ballot and then end up croaking 2 days later? Sure, probably.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
how many people have voted early?
My last dialysis treatment, I send in my vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah. Those dead people were alive when they voted. I think the ones I'd be more concerned with were the ones that died a couple of years ago. You know.
Yeah.
This guy's been voting for the same party for 112 years.
Yeah. He's been dead for 70 of them.
Right.
I mean, I think that, especially with things like that, like, you guys give these people way too much credit. Like, I don't think a couple of 100 votes there or here or there changes too many elections.
No.
No.
For anyone to be able to get away with something like that. I still think it's possible that ballot harvesting and any of those things, it's definitely possible. It seems possible. Is anyone that I guess motivated to do that and were motivated this last election to do that? I don't know. Show me the evidence. And
When I think about things like that happening,
got to prove it.
burn them all.
when I think about these kind of things happening, I always laugh about it because then you go to the polls and you see the people working at the polls.
Yeah.
So it's old people.
And you go, if these are the volunteers that do all that, you know, who's really taking the time to walk through the graveyard?
So the ones you got to be worried about is the youngins, the younger
Yeah.
ones. Be like, why are you hanging out with the elderly group?
Yeah.
You know what? You're not exactly in the best disguise right here. You know, they're all wearing Trump hats. You're not wearing a hat. I'm a little confused on this situation.
And why are you ticking?
Yeah. Do I have a tumor? What the fuck?
Hey, Boomer.
Come on. We gotta start with the boomer stuff. I love all those. I mean, I guess I'm technically. Are we millennials? Sarge,
Yeah,
or are we-
man. We are.
Is that? I mean, I've never seen myself as anything
What was it? It's
related
what?
to anyone else
Huh?
my age.
It's what, 86 to 96 or something like that.
Something like that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or 85 to, yeah. So because I was a millennial for 3 years when I was born. I was in 3 years into being a millennial. I was like, fuck, I don't identify with these fuckers.
yeah.
Yeah, so then you got, I'm like, technically I'm Gen X, I'm 77, But then there's that gap in between that runs from like 75 to like 84
Right before me again, and I'm
that
like,
aren't Gen Z but Zennials.
I'm
So like
Zennials.
we came in
It
with
sounds like a Monero disease.
exactly, you know, you get a shot for that
Yeah.
shit. But you came in where we had, you know, we started life without computers, but we came into the computer age with dial-up and shit like that. We owned 8 tracks and cassette tapes and records and DVDs. We made mixtapes. We made mix CDs. You know,
yeah.
we're at that edge of it. So,
And then it's all our fault for it being it all coming back, and we thinking it's really cool, but then charging 50 times the amount that it did to buy it originally.
like-
See, I mean,
oh my God, check out these bag. Those are Jinkos, motherfucker.
Yeah.
We were wearing them too.
Yeah.
exactly. You know, if you have if you have an old school 8-track player and being ironic about it, then go fuck yourself, basically.
Yeah.
You know? I can't get behind that shit at all. I mean, Starbucks is cool and all, but I don't.
Yeah.
Make your own damn coffee. I don't.
Right.
Yeah.
Fucking millennials.
Yeah, it's and that's the thing is, he's 11 years older than me,
You know,
and he's my best friend. It's like, all right, no, well,
fucking name.
here. It's like, God damn it, you know, we just get along. You know, it's like, you know,
Yeah.
we think pretty much the same way. So it's like, all right, well, you know.
Not a lot. We disagree a lot too, but
Yeah, I mean, there's
Most
a
people
mixture.
who are our age kind of suck.
Which is
And
kind of
I-
funny.
yeah.
Now that I think about it, it's kind of funny because the things that we disagree about would be more, you're leaning more of a millennial mindset and I lean the other way. Like with abortion, you're more like, have at it, and I'm more like,
Yeah.
which is kind of like the reverse of our age.
That's your
group.
religious upbringing. Don't lie.
What's that? No. I walked away from that one. It was like, oh, yep, thanks. All right, I can drink the wine. Tastes like shit. These Jesus crackers suck. I'm out. That's it.
Um,
Good times, man.
Yeah.
So we'll do one last question to kind of end everything out. We were talking about right before you got on. We were just talking about dead people voting anyway. So
Right.
I think that we should change the amount of money that we spend towards Narcan and use that money to make insulin easier and cheaper to get.
change the amount of money that
So, like,
we
if you
spend on what?
Narcan, the shit that when people are overdosing, they
Okay.
shoot it up their nose and all of a sudden they come back, right?
Okay.
To me, it's like we keep bringing you back to do that again, and then we bring you back and you do it again. Now you're an adult making these decisions, which you know this is a possibility because you are in that world where this happens. Now this child or this elderly person or just mere you who aren't doing drugs like that, and we need insulin, but we can't afford it. We can take some of that money that you're making bad choices and we keep you alive, but us that did nothing wrong, now you get to die. And it's like, I'd rather divert the money.
What's life-saving medicine being more readily available to the people that really need it, as opposed to how many times some of these junkies get brought back after their overdose.
Yeah.
And we were talking about it because we're reading. It's in California. I don't think they do it here, but like you can go down to your, what are those things called?
You're,
Methadone clinics.
Yes. But you go to the clinic and you can get clean needles and tourniquets and cotton swabs and all this stuff to make sure that you're
Needle
shooting up
exchange
safely.
programs.
Right, you're shooting up safely. They also give you a place to shoot up safely,
and have a medic on standby for when
just
you go
in case
down.
you overdose and die.
Okay.
But it strikes me as a waste of money. I mean, I get it. There's people whose loved ones are there, and they're glad those systems are there because they're keeping their addict alive longer.
Well,
Yeah.
not only that, there's not disease. I get that. I
They're
understand that.
cutting down a lot of, and I understand that. But if those weren't there, how many of those people just wouldn't have to worry about it anymore? Or would the crime rate go up? I mean, what are we looking at? What is it really costing and saving as opposed to taking that taxpayer money and putting it towards, even children's hospitals or something?
Yeah.
Because I'd rather that money went to give a 5-year-old a chance to see his 6th birthday than a 35-year-old chance to
OD twice.
OD 5 more times.
ODing again. It's like, dude, you know, it's the same thing that we had talked about before. Instead of paying 85,000 IRS agents, which I know is no longer happening, but instead of even conceiving that budget, why didn't we put that towards mental health, which is something that could benefit everyone? They've been locked up in their houses and stuff. People are fucking nuts right now. Let's give them resources to talk to people. That's how my brother shot himself, is because he didn't have anybody to talk to. He had nobody. It was my best friend, but pretty much my brother. But he tried to get help and nobody was there. And it was like, dude, like why can't we help adults, kids with mental health and or insulin or whatever, instead of spending it on people that, you know,
Are trying to kill themselves anyway.
trying to kill themselves or just trying to
Nobody's trying to kill herself in that.
trying to
situation.
see if I tipped him $2 and if he put that on his fucking taxes. It's like, you know, like
So,
asshole.
I mean, there's a lot to uncover there, and there's a lot that there are a lot of different rabbit holes we can go down. I guess the first one, I'd say with methadone clinics, you have to ask yourself which of the statistics you want to listen to, and which of the I guess ideologies behind mental health issues as well as drug related I guess brain psychology that you want to listen to. In my mind, a methadone clinic is much better than a heroin user shooting up in a bathroom on the little slide down thing that you're supposed to change babies on. Because there's a reason why I have to change my baby outside in the trunk instead of doing it at the park. You know,
Right.
like there's a very good reason for that, and I will never touch one of those if I see one or go in one of those bathrooms,
Right.
because that could happen. So there is something to say about that. I don't think they should only be in blue states, because then we can't get a good enough sample size of are the people only doing the drugs because there's the ability for them to do it safely, or are they going to do it anyway? I'll definitely argue that the drugs existed well before we started caring about whether the people who were on drugs were still people or not.
Right.
So
I mean, some of them
aspect.
we created along the way.
No. We've absolutely created monsters, and there's no getting around that.
No, I meant drugs.
No.
Like some drugs that we created along the way. You know, there's some that've been out there forever.
Yeah.
I guess there's also that different rabbit hole that you can go down with. Why is it that heroin exactly is this particular issue, or why is that the dragon at the cliff after crack and cocaine and after anything else that we could have done that would have started?
I don't know. I think meth.
Why did we circle all the way back to heroin?
Meth is would be up there, right? Meth would be up there with heroin, wouldn't it? I would think.
I guess so.
I would think, because most people look at people at meth like they look at people on heroin, like,
Yeah.
dude,
The only difference is the guy on heroin's laying there, the guy on meth is running.
so maybe
And
meth's a little bit worse.
The ease of access, and the ease of being able to acquire meth, I think would make that a lot different, as well as the avenue in which you have to get high on something like meth, as opposed to heroin.
Right.
I mean, it's cleaner in that sense. Do you inject meth?
You can.
Do people actually do that? Like,
Yes.
but mostly they smoke it, right?
Yeah.
Until it doesn't have a kick anymore, then they start banging it.
Yeah.
Is that what shooting it is? Banging it?
Mhm.
No.
Well, the same thing is you had the opioid crisis. We have this opioid epidemic. Everybody's worried about it. Everybody and their brothers overdosing on opiates here and there. And what do? We give them Suboxone. Oh, I'm clean. I'm on Suboxone now. No, the fuck you're not. We just traded one fucking thing for something else. The only difference is your insurance covers this one.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, I appreciate you bringing it up because that brings it up to, if you're talking about the drug itself and you're talking about the I guess the reliability of its availableness or availability, then you have to be able to talk about the types of drugs that are available and are legal for people to take that are also just as harmful,
Yes.
that are also just as not necessarily dangerous, but are just as easily to abuse.
And then what happens when they start abusing it? They don't have enough of it because it builds up a tolerance. Now they go back to street drugs because
Exactly, and
it doesn't work.
The whole issue behind it, and I don't want to say necessarily it's the right view, or it is just currently my view, is that when the people who make the drug have the money to be able to back it, then they're the ones who are able to have public sell it to people.
So the
and
cartel.
exactly, it is it is a very strange and scary cartel that our health system is right now, as well that our drug system is, or
Big pharma.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that brings you into the debate between do we help the drug user, or do we help the person who has diabetes? I mean, as far as like a political standpoint, we want to help as many people as we
Oh,
can.
absolutely. I can help.
We don't want to blame one person.
No, absolutely not. I'm just saying, like, if we had, all right, you have this amount of money, and you can either put it towards drug abusers or saving people that need insulin. Which way would you put the money? And that's it. You just get one or the other. There's not a whole bunch of back and forth. It's like just morally, right off the top of your head, without diving down a rabbit hole, where do you put it? And then from there, now you kind of argue with yourself, why would I put it there, or whatever, what would make it more sense to put it in the other place?
No, I don't want to. I mean, to me, of course, I want to say, yeah, it's the insulin. It's a health issue. It's not always the case where it's the person's fault who needs the insulin to be able to get it, or who should get it more than the drug abuser should get it. I will just kind of blow your mind a little bit, because it can also be said that the people who would also need insulin could be their own doing why they need that.
The fatties!
Type 2.
Dude, I was just thinking about it right before you started. I was like, God damn it, those fatties fucked everybody again. Because
and I mean,
son of a bitch.
Because that's why I'm saying that there are too many.
All right, fair
in
enough.
this. And,
Fair
I
enough.
mean,
Can't give
you
it.
have to,
See,
I'm sorry, little Billy. You don't get to have
That's
insulin
why I
because some
always-
fucking fat shit
You always go to the kids with cancer.
just ruined it for you.
It's always it's not diabetes. It's kids with cancer, because God gave them that shit. It's not their fault.
that's right. Now, I can. I mean, you went past the highway a little bit there, but you got to also remember that it hasn't always been easy for people to be able to eat nutritious shit.
Right.
It definitely hasn't been affordable, and definitely if you're in a poorer community, there's no way for you to be able to eat anything besides Burger King and McDonald's that was readily available and still readily is available for really cheap. And then 2015 or 15 to 25 years later, now there's an epidemic of
Fat shits.
Even 35, 40 years ago, even if we're gonna go and say with with the poor neighborhoods and coming up and what they had, I don't know if you know what commodities were.
What do you mean by commodities?
Commodities. Before the SNAP system we got today, where they just got a
Oh,
card.
yeah. It was like
You had to go
coupons.
stand in line.
Yeah.
You had
coupon
coupons for
book.
certain. They were actually, it was
Like
what the
eggs,
fuck
milk.
is the damn food stamps.
Yep.
It was actually, it looked like money, different ones. But there was also commodities that you got with that. So there were certain things you had to go buy, but you could only spend it on certain things. Other than that, you went and stood in line and you got like rice and beans and cans that were like big ass fucking cans with white labels and black writing on it. Like you knew where you were and in somebody's house. If you opened the cabinet, you went, oh fuck, this looks like my house. You know? Man, there's so much color in your cabinets, man. Your mom buys this stuff. And people were, and your blue collar, your poor, they were still working, you know, and these were people that got out and they weren't fat. The obesity epidemic, or however you want to word it, and going into, in like the last 25 to 30 years, it says, it was a quote, said you can tell a lot about a country by their poor. And you look at America's poor, and majority of them are fat.
Yeah.
It's like,
So
you're not doing
you know what fat
anything.
people
If
can't
you're
do?
gonna-
Fight back.
you can't just like walk or something, dude. Like,
No, I mean, you can.
You can.
If you're able to go out at night and take a stroll around your street, unless it's
A neighborhood you won't come back from.
unless it's 8 Mile, then what are you gonna do then?
Right.
You know?
well,
Are you gonna get home at 7:30 at night?
you go up
and
to your
have
local.
someone else watch your kids?
Right.
You go up to your local gun store and say, "Gary needs his gat, you punk ass bitch."
Desk Bob.
So, I mean, I definitely I like the question of which thing should we as a society throw money at.
No, you made a good point. The fatties ruined it, man. I have a thing against.
I mean,
I don't know what it
and
is.
did we cause the obesity epidemic?
I mean, was that like was that like how we introduced crack into the black community? We fucking shoved a bunch of white people with goddamn like
We just
French fries and
we
hamburgers.
fattened up
and,
the white people and we gave
Not only
crack
did
to
we
the
do
black
that,
people.
Not only we did that, but then we said like, you're gonna have this, and then no matter what, if you get caught with it, you're definitely going away for at least 5 years. No matter what.
Yeah.
Right.
Boom, done.
Yeah.
You know, your life's over.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That was the subsection written in by the people that own the
But that's-
prisons. It was, hey, we'll house them for you.
That's
I mean, that was some straight up like pre Martin Luther King shit. There, it was like, how are we gonna fuck up this community and how are we gonna fuck up this group of people the most?
Right.
Let's do this. You know.
bro. Have you ever played? There's a game out there. It's like war, some kind of world war or something like that, where you play a country, you build your stuff up, and you do all. It's like Command and Conquer, but with you can do it with the United States, right? And you're a state. You build up your military and you take over or whatever. So you could play this game in like, you can only do so much in one day. So it takes like a month to play this game, right? This one game. Or you could do 4 times speed and get it in a week. So what if the crack epidemic was the 4 times speed and the fattening of the white people was regular game? Like, oh, that's a short game. We're going to knock this one out. Now we're going to sit back and watch these fat fuckers who think they made it out all right just slowly die off from heart disease, you stupid bastards.
We're going to break off this whole sect of people and separate them from their families. The rest of them are going to be falling through the floors of their trailers.
Yeah. Can't get them out.
Yeah.
But what if?
What if?
I would not surprise me
You know.
if we found out tomorrow. Tonight on CNN, we find out that the black epidemic.
We always dive
black-
off into a
black
certain rabbit hole and find other ways to get deeper.
But the crack and the fat people were all constructed by the same group.
Yeah.
Known
At
as the
Bohemian
Illuminati.
At Bohemian Grove.
Yeah. You know those guys that do the eyes wide shut ones? Yeah, that's the
those
culprits
guys.
of this one. Tonight at 8.
You know, bring up the Illuminati now.
They run around goat heads on and fucking each other, whatever the fuck they do. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
A normal Saturday night to me, but
Right. Fucking white people, exactly.
yeah, no wonder they're trying to fucking kill us off.
Yeah.
I'm all right.
Yeah.
I get by.
Yeah, I'm making it. It's alright.
Just like we said, I'm white, but I
I'm
ain't
not that
white. I ain't white wearing a fucking pillowcase with eyes cut out white.
Yeah.
I'm not that white.
Yeah. My dog doesn't lick my mouth. I'm not that way.
No, yeah.
Yeah. My mouth is connected to my brain, man.
My kid's never been on a leash.
Yeah, no, not. How about yours? Sackmaster? Have you ever put your kids on a leash?
Hell no. My kids would drive me, would like pull me towards on incoming traffic, and just laugh the whole fucking time. Like there's absolutely no controlling that.
Smooth, man. That's smart. But like the only reason why I'm not doing this because I'm afraid for my own safety, not their safety, my safety.
Oh, yeah.
Somehow I'm gonna end up like Epstein at this tree over here. I don't know how it happened. Just like they don't, but hey.
Hey.
Yeah. The camera's definitely out for that one.
Oh, yeah. We're not going live.
All right, man. So I think we did a good first show.
Yeah.
I hope you liked it. Welcome to your first Bunkered Down experience. I'm sure we'll have some other good stuff coming up. We'll do some. I know I found some stuff for like male privilege on Twitter, where some fucking dude's like stabbing a girl to death. So that was interesting. I was like, oh, well, I didn't know you could put this on Twitter, but okay.
It was the group of men standing around just watching.
Yeah, just staring. I'm like, really? Nobody gonna do anything.
Just staring at a homicide?
Yeah.
No, oh no, he didn't stab her. He was hitting her with a rock. That's what it was. He was just beating her in the face with a rock. Then she went to the ground and he started stomping her face. And these guys are just staring at it. And I'm like,
yeah. This didn't
Is
happen
that what
in
we're
Texas
doing?
or anything like this. This
Yeah,
was
no.
another country.
Right?
This was
Are
another
we
country.
the best country in the world somehow? Like,
No,
It
that wasn't here.
It wasn't
That
here.
wasn't
That's what
here.
I'm saying.
Oh, that
It
wasn't
wasn't
here.
here.
No, this was in like...
that definitely had Florida written all over it. So.
No,
Right?
No, that was like Pakistan or some shit.
Yeah. Oh, you want to be stoned?
Like...
Jesus.
It was like this 26-year-old dude and a 16-year-old girl, and he was trying to make advances on her. She rejected him, so he decided to kill her. So I was like,
Which apparently is your prerogative in that country, I
Like-
guess. I don't know.
really? But again, my thing is, why is nobody doing anything?
Right.
Like, homie would have been shot, like, immediately. Like, oh, okay, here we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. I mean, you want to make a lot of enemies there. Try to go after whatever a couple centuries of religious and ideological, just whateverness.
Yes.
Of what people are supposed to be, or what they should be, or how they should be.
I wonder how Pride Month's going over there.
Huh?
I said, I wonder how Pride Month is going over there.
No, I mean,
Probably not good. About as good as that denying
not nearly as
advancement.
bad as- I mean, maybe just about the same as it is in Africa, but
Yeah, I mean, one could only guess.
Yeah.
But all right, man. So that's going to be it for us tonight. I appreciate you coming on,
Okay.
everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Sarge Mayhem.
We got a honk.
Oh yeah, we got to do the honk.
Yeah.
So Sarge Mayhem.
I'm Cable.
That's Sackmaster. We got to do the
Give us a
honk. Go ahead and
squeeze.
give us a squeeze.
Honk,
Honk. There we go. Remember to go fuck yourself. And we will talk to you guys next time.